First on 11 Alive, there's now a clear timetable for when we could see indictments from a Fulton County grand jury handed up against former President Donald Trump and his allies. Two witnesses have been subpoenaed to testify before a Fulton County grand jury on Tuesday. Now, those witnesses are talking to Teresa Bowles tonight about what they expect, and we're also having a legal analyst weigh in. It's a story you'll see only on 11 Alive.
It's been radio silence since journalist George Chidi was subpoenaed in July.
I was at a movie. I thought, it's Saturday. What's the worst could happen?
A surprise this Saturday, he and former Lieutenant Governor Geoff Duncan were called to testify before the grand jury that could possibly indict former President Donald Trump and his allies for interference with the 2020 election.
Let's hear the whole truth and nothing but the truth about Donald Trump's actions and the surrounding cast of characters around him.
Duncan confirmed to CNN and through his X account, posting, quote, "Republicans should never let honesty be mistaken for weakness." Legal analyst Daryl Cohen says this means the timeline is moving forward.
We're going to absolutely see those official charges this week. They're going to ask for what's called a true bill, which means if the grand jury, at least 12 people, say yes, then they're going to officially bring charges. Doesn't mean he's guilty.
While Duncan seems to have no reservations,
I'll certainly answer whatever questions put in front of me.
Chidi wants to remain transparent while keeping his journalistic integrity.
Being ready to walk out of the room if the questions go beyond the scope of my observations on December 14th. It is always a dangerous thing for a journalist to be testifying in front of a grand jury.
Chidi stumbled upon a meeting at the Georgia State Capitol where Trump supporters signed documents falsely claiming that Trump won the election. However, Chidi is also an independent journalist in Atlanta who has been covering the YSL trial, for example.
I'm trying very hard to keep these two lives separate.
And he only has 3 days to prepare, though Cohen says we may not get all of the answers as fast as Tuesday.
What charges are there going to be against him? There's speculation that it's election interference, RICO.
Cohen says we still need to learn the judge, when and if there's a trial, and motions.
We have a timeline, we have a route, but there are going to be potholes on that route.
Until then, Chidi's leisurely movie days will have to wait for a while.
What happens in that courtroom does not depend on what I say or think. It is up to 24 grand jurors.
In Atlanta, Teresa Bowles, 11 Alive News.